Tuesday to you. Motivation Monday. This is the time where you putting yourself in a position to activate all the things that's inside you so you can progress, climb, elevate, get to the top. Some people, you working jobs, figure out an exit strategy. You may be young, you're going to get older. You may be old, you're going to get older. So you have to figure out what's your exit strategy and how you're going to have income coming in regardless of retirement and everything. I believe everybody should live excellent. When it's time to retire, or when you believe that it's time for you to leave a job or whatever, then you should have it to where you have something established to where you consistently making passive income, residual income. I learned about that a while ago, and it makes a whole lot of sense. I was already aiming at it. Yeah, I didn't know the titles for it. You let that money, or make that money, make money. Investments, creativity. To do creations, you have to have some type of paper, some type of credit to be able to produce your full systematic productivity of passive and residual income. You have to have that. That a lot of people miss the marks. They don't place that on the table for you. It's not easy, yet it's simplified. You have to figure out how to put some money to the side or have some credit to be able to live a great life after leaving the domains of someone else's establishment, or leaving the physical aspect. And while you're doing it, you can still be doing it, but eventually the body is going to tell you no. It's time to stop doing that physical labor. You're gonna have to stop. So now it's time to figure out. I don't care how young or old you are. That's what I meant. You have to start figuring out how you gonna make it. How you gonna make it? Right now something can happen to where you could be out of the game as far as physically working. Motivation Monday is for that. You could be working today. You could start whatever. You could be getting ready to go get started, or you could have ended the day for this particular day. Motivation Monday. Whatever the case is, I need you, not for men, I need you for you to start plotting, start figuring out how you gonna make this happen for you. How you gonna make it to where you are fully grounded? You are fully building the foundation on that ground, coming from that ground, and you popping them planks, them bricks, everything according to it being fully unbreakable, established, right? We want that thing solid. When we start building up, we want it solid. Brick by brick, layer by layer, plaque by plaque, plank by plank. However you building it, you want it strong. You want your structure, you want everything to be super solid so it can't be broken. And the way to do that is by saving or building your credit up to where you can utilize some type of paper or digital assets. That's pretty much what it is now, to formulate the process on getting things rolling, right? Motivation Monday, That's what you need to be doing. You need to be plotting. You need to be thinking. You need to be creative in all areas of your life, figuring out, okay, I have this talent. I know I have this talent. Use that talent. You know what I mean? I believe I could do this. I think I can't do this right here, over here. Yet you can do that. All you gotta do is change your mind state, your thought process, and believe that you could do it. It's a whole bunch of things that I didn't think I could do. Sir, I jumped out there. I'm a daredevil. You know, the people was referring to me as Tasmanian Devil. My name T-E-Z. They always want to call me Taz. They like, no, you Tasmanian Devil, because I'm gone. You know, if I see opportunity, I'm jumping on it. Win, lose, or draw, I roll my dice like none other. That's why I took so many lessons. I'm like, that's a prospect. Bull, put the money on the table, right? So eventually, the way that I move and the way that I'm structured, you know, the way my foundation is everything is strong. Eventually, I'm a pop that safe open, as I always say, legit though. I'm gonna bust that. It's gonna be money flowing, and I believe that. That's why I keep doing what I'm doing. When I got out of prison, you know, I don't like to keep doing reference, but that's what changed me. That when I put my feet back on the turf, I put my feet back on the turf to do something legit. My blueprint was written, right? So the turmoil that I went through to get to where I'm even at right now, I went through a hell of a process, you know. But what kept me going was me believing. It wasn't my thoughts. It was my thoughts. They was creeping in. I'm like, hands down, get away from me. That ain't what I believe. I believe I was predestined to win. I ain't never been no loser. That's why I'm Champ Tez right now. It's not just no title. That's a big title to hold. You know what I mean? I done went through a whole lot. That's why people call me that. And that name came from Do Champs. That name, Do Champs, came from the creator. Sitting on my bunk in prison. Do Champs. Being a champ at everything you do. That's what the creator gave me. It was just bluntly handed to me. And I was blew back. Like, how did I think of that? I didn't think of that. It was given to me. The spirit was given to me. Everything was given to me. I didn't earn it. You know, it was signs, pure D signs. I'm talking about detail for detail. Do Champs, being a champ at everything you do. And I was like, wow. So when I got to moving around here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, they started, it was one person started calling me Champ. It's like, Champ. I'm like, Champ. I'm like, no, like, how did you come up with that? So I put it together. I said, hold up, that's the part of my business name, right? Then I looked at my real name, well, my government name, my uncle named me, Shantez. I said, wow. So I put it together. I said, Champ Tez. So similar, right? So enough about me. We focusing on you. Watch the signs too. When you getting recognition in your brain, in your heart to do certain things, do it. Yeah. If you skydiving, if you fearless but cautious, yet cautious rather, then skydive. If that's what you believe you need to do to make your life more like meaningful to you, like to conquer some fear, whatever. Do whatever you believe you should do. Do it. you believe you should invest in a certain stock, even if that stock go down or whatever. If you believed that stock was something you supposed to invest into, hold up. Don't move. Your position. That's right. My position. Play your position. I'm playing my position right now. I believe it's my turn to actually spark some brains, to bring the truth to people, to say things that other people won't say, to do everything that wasn't done, to come straight direct, to keep it 1 million, to just present things to you that you haven't had presented to you. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm doing. I ain't doing it for no paper right now. You know what I mean? I'm doing this out of the pure, deep, spiritual, heartfelt, blessed state that I'm in right now. As they said, get it while the getting is good. Because I'm gonna need some paper all through my life. I'm making paper in different areas. Eventually, I'm gonna have to get some paper up in this area too. Yeah, you gonna have so many different free things by riding with me. Say you don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Yeah, so I'm rolling with you right now. Roll with me. Be a friend, you know what I mean? Be a companion. Be somebody that's super solid to me because I'm super solid to you, or I wouldn't be doing what I do. Little bar, huh? Wasn't on purpose, believe that, but it is purpose. It's purpose why we do things. It's purpose why we say things. It's purpose why we exist. So make your existence purposeful. Huh? Motivation Monday. When it comes to you doing what you believe and believing as you doing it, regardless of any obstacles, other opportunities that may come to actually distract you, keep going on that right there. Yeah, put your focus in on that right there. Some things may be opportunity that you can branch off a little bit and all of that. Yet be cautious. Fearless but cautious. Don't get derailed by some you see. You know what I mean? What looks good ain't always good. Straight up no chaser. You know what I mean? You could look at somebody and you could be like, that person looks so good. But inside, man, you got yourself in a world of trouble. And I mean a world of trouble. Because you could be there and they could not be there, you know. So when it comes to the aspects of some money there, you know, you might see some money and it's one of your people's money, you know what I mean? You take their money because it's just sitting there and you thinking they ain't paying attention, you just stole. Come on, man, that ain't real. If they drop it in front of your people, that's your people's getting they pick it up. Here, man, you dropped your money. What you do? You better be careful. You better stuff that money in there better. You know, enough about that, right? The concept is you doing what you need to be doing, what you believe you should be doing. You're not getting that notion for nothing. Trust me. The storms, they gonna come and they gonna go. The storms is meant for you to be able to advance. People look at storms like they bad. If it wasn't for storms, a whole lot of different things wouldn't happen. I put it in the perspective of when a storm hit, even tornadoes and all. You know, it stirs something up. We in a pot, man. You know what I mean? Without some of the storms in our, well, probably all of them, we wouldn't have vegetation in areas where we got vegetation. I mean, when winds blow and all of that, it's about spread. Well, it spreads seeds. It's doing a whole bunch of things. It's cultivating the earth. That's how you are. When your storms come and they go, you know, the whole process of a storm, the wind, the rain, the hail, whatever, the beating, all the things that comes with a storm, it's actually producing. It's quaking and it's formulating you. It's stirring your pot. It's getting you ready. It's about to make your meal good. It's about to make you be a good meal. You know, not for nobody to eat, but you might but get ready to make you a good meal. You know, $1,000,000 and better. You know, the storm. At the end, when it resides, now what we got? calm, we got the sun. The sun come out. There ain't too many people that don't like the sun. If you don't like the sun, to each his own. You know, it's always a 50-50. Some people can't stand the sun. You know, some people can't stay in the sun. Can't stand, make sure you got that correct, or can't stay in it because something will happen to them by being in the sun. So, anyways, that storm that you may go through, you're most likely going to go through. You're going to go through storms anyway. So if you're not pursuing something, you're going to have a storm anyway. So now why not try to do something productive without the storm being there, because it's going to come whether you're doing it or not. And most cases, the storm was already predicted in your life. You just started something, and then the storm was already headed your way. And when you started what you were starting, now the storm hit. So you believing that it was set there to stop you, though that storm was coming anyway. Whether you were sitting on your behind, I see this all the time. Like people, you think people just having it super easy, like excessive blessings that could be curses, which really is curses. You know, when people just ain't doing nothing, and somebody handing them money and all of that, they holding signs and all of that, simple looking. You know, I bet you it ain't simple. It may be easy, but it ain't simple because it's not them doing what they need to be doing. You know what I mean? So the things that's being shaved off, somebody handing them money for some beers or some crack, you know what I mean? Some meth, whatever they doing, right? Some drink. They're actually receiving a curse because it's hindering them from progressing. It's hindering them from doing what they're supposed to be doing. So even in those areas, people have storms. I've seen people that just get stuff handed off to them and all that, and then when the stuff ain't being handed, they go through the worst. So I witnessed it. I used to be like, okay, how do you just live without all that stress and all that? I believe in so many different ways, though, that they don't have as much stress as people that's really aiming at something, because they're not aiming at nothing. They don't really have too much to live for. They just existing. I refuse to be in that form. I don't judge them. I don't know what's going on with their lives, and that's totally up to them. I'm just giving a reference. So what I realized is that to not give up, it has power. When people say I don't give up, I don't. Like it's it's powerful. I don't, yet I do. You know, I'm not caught up in feelings. I care, but I don't. I don't let it circumference me. I don't let it be submerged inside my spirit. You know, I don't let it soak into my brain to where now I'm stressing out. That's how I'm bald head now. I ain't got one sibling that's bald head. You know what I mean? For real. Same mother, same donor. You know, I don't have one sibling, even without the same mother. Like the ones that's not even got the full genetic codes that got produced by the two individuals. I started going bald head. I was stressed. I'm a thinker, so when I'm thinking, I'm in it. Like my hair was like, I'm gonna leave you alone. Straight up, my hair was like, I'm out. You on some bull crap. You doing way too much. You putting way too much strain even on me. I'm out. Yeah, they gotta cut me off. I'm about to get up out of here. So that being said, when I started not to really care like that, to be in a fleshly caring state, my life started changing, started getting more productive. I started feeling more at ease. I got my peace. I got my joy. I didn't get the emotional things. I didn't get the happiness. I got happiness inside my joy. I didn't get the the moments to where my peace was dependent, huh? My peace wasn't dependent on what happens. It's not still to this day on what happens to me. You know what I mean? My peace could be given away if I allow certain people into my area of control. I noticed that. So what I did is I minimized that. I got selective people that I deal with. And if I don't deal with you, that means that I don't believe that I'm strong enough in my peace zone to deal with you. If I don't deal with certain people, it's because I'm on the grind. But some people, like I said, we got that 50-50. 50 here, 50 there. 50% of y'all, I ain't going to mess with you ever. I say what they won't say. I'm going to keep it 1 million. 50% of y'all, yeah, I'm talking about not the world. I'm talking about the people who I know, the people I'm going to get to know, whatever, right? 50% of y'all, it's just not the right timing. It's just not the right time. I'm on the grind. So, anyways, this ain't about me. Reference. Mark my words. So that's something for you to look at. Your productivity is going to come from you pursuing and doing what's necessary and what you believe in and sticking it out through the storms, going through the process and then seeing the light, the sun. And it's not a physical aspect. This is the peace and the joy that will come back inside you after you went through the turmoil. Hope that makes sense. So, now, when it comes to you doing what you need to do, as far as when you're self-employed, you could be self-employed, or you could have been self-employed all your life. That's pretty much my life. I've been self-employed even as a drug dealer. I didn't work for nobody. So I realized that I probably only got, I narrowed it down. I had 2 jobs. I probably got about a year and a half, for real. I was saying 2 years. I maybe got a year and a half worth of working for somebody. Maybe. It might be under that. But I had 2 jobs, and I don't know how long I worked in jobs. But they was under a year. I'm not stating that somebody else should do it. That's not a call to tell you, like, why are you doing that? None of that. I'm just saying, I was born to be an entrepreneur, and I caught it. I realized I can't work for nobody. They say can't ain't something you should be able to use. I can't. So while you're doing your entrepreneurship, make all your things that you're doing count. Watch your spending. If you're doing it to show somebody else, or even show yourself, your fleshly self, like, ooh, I'm gonna get this. Think about, do you need that first? Huh? Think about when you get it, how it's gonna make you feel after you get it. Cause I know you didn't been there. If you a materialistic person, even I'm not a materialistic person. I love having nice things when the time presents itself. Yet when I get certain things, the thrill gone. Just like when you buy gold, when you buy certain things at the retail price, the highest price, basically, right? You buying at the highest price because it's eye candy for you. A vehicle, all that. When you buy it, what happens? If you don't know, I'm going to just say it. It depreciates. The value depreciates as soon as you buy it. Or as soon as you take it off the lot. As soon as you take it out the store. However they say. If you can't return it straight and direct to that particular establishment, depreciation. So think about how you're moving and how you want your future to be. Your near future. Some people it's a near future. Some people you can make it a near future. You can make your future be excellent real close. Meaning that you could get in a position where you retire early because of you. It's your bid, it's your establishment. Excuse me. You could also make it to where you can move out of the way. Excuse me, and someone else could take your position. Start looking for somebody to take your position as like the head. Uh-huh. You make money off of them, taking care of them, and them taking care of them, and them taking care of them, and them taking care of them. It's scales. And then you supposed to be sent back monopoly man status. Figure it out. So that's a step right there. But closing things down, eventually you're going to have to close things down for yourself regardless. So if you ain't doing it like that, where your money going at right now? You got to make it to where you you acting and got action to where you producing the whole time while you existing on this earth. People got properties. Great job. Is it doing what you need to have done? Is the money coming in and then you looking at it as if that's not really working all the way? That's not how you want to live. That's not enough income. Figure something out when you getting even like you could take $200 or whatever and start put it to the side and start strategizing on what you can invest it to, and then take off from there, and then now you start getting the other income. You know what I mean? So with all that being said, Motivation Monday is about you being motivated to prepare for your next steps. Start taking your next steps or keep on going in the steps you're already taking. Peace and love. Get to it. Stay to it. Rest when needed. And repeat. Keep yourself balanced. Get or keep your peace. Get or take your joy. And hang on to it like it's nothing else. Like don't nothing else exist. Because that's what's going to help you stay motivated on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Over and out. One love. Champ Tez. Let's do it.